Melanie. We're the Wilking Sisters, and welcome to our new show, What's Next?
No, this is so real. It doesn't, we just want Miranda back. And don't know what to do.
And somehow, some way, something changed our daughter.
So one of the questions is, are you okay? I am great. I'm actually way more than okay.
At the center of what some are calling a cult is the Seven Mountain Mandate, also known as 7M, a conservative Christian movement used as a strategy for evangelizing the modern world through what they call the Seven Mountain Prophecy. The seven spheres, or mountains, stand for what they seek to control and transform. The seven spheres are family, religion, education, media, entertainment, business, and government. The notion behind the mandate is that by transforming each of the seven spheres, you can bring change to society and the world as a whole. Some have said the Seven Mountain Mandate sometimes drifts into the realm of dominion theology, the belief that the God of Christianity desires Christians to rise to power and govern the nation according to biblical precepts. The Seven Mountain Mandate has gained popularity among some charismatic and Pentecostal churches and was allegedly taught and honored at Shekinah Church, which is owned and pastored by a man named Robert Shinn. Shekinah Church is a tax-free religious organization that opened in the Los Angeles, California area in 1994 after Robert moved from Canada. According to an old version of his website, Robert described himself as a former medical doctor who changed his life after hearing the voice of God. But Robert is allegedly no regular pastor, and his current businesses and finances may prove that, but more on that later. Right now, we're going to take a look at a few famous TikTokers who are part of Robert's alleged cult and working under his management company, 7M Films, as well as the accusations against Robert and the dancers by the families who have been disconnected, and a former lawsuit by an ex-member of Robert's church, who in court records accused Robert of mind control, coercive persuasion, and taking over her email passwords and bank accounts to pay for his family's entertainment, living expenses, medical bills, tuition, and more. Miranda and Melanie Wilking were born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, to Dean and Kelly Wilking. Miranda was born on February 24th of 1997 and Melanie on April 12th of 1999. They grew up with a close bond and had many of the same interests, with a passion for dance. While in elementary school, the two sisters even started a dance camp in the backyard of their childhood home. Before we continue, please allow me to tell you about today's sponsor of this video, Rocket Money. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance platform that helps you save more and spend less. How many subscriptions are we paying for that we may have forgotten about? Especially those free trials that are so convenient to sign up for. I'm definitely guilty of that. Rocket Money finds sneaky or forgotten subscriptions and makes canceling them as easy as clicking a button. A few things I like about Rocket Money is that it helps me set up budgets that automatically monitor my spending by category, get friendly notifications when I exceed them, and lets me visualize my spend-to-earn ratio by month, quarter, or year. Something I find very useful to help me stay on track as I work towards my financial goals. Rocket Money's mission is to meaningfully improve the financial health of millions of people. They empower their members to achieve all their financial goals by canceling unwanted subscriptions, lowering bills, setting up budgets, helping members monitor their credit score, setting up a smart savings plan, and growing their net worth, all in one place. On average, Rocket Money users save over $720 a year. There are no confusing websites, no auto-renew, and no long hold times. Download Rocket Money and unlock more features with premium. Go to rocketmoney.com/notthegoodgirl or click the link in the video description below or the pinned comment. Once again, that's rocketmoney.com/notthegoodgirl, or click the link in the video description or the pinned comment below. Now, back to the video. Miranda and Melanie were fortunate enough to attend the Performing Arts High School, the Warren Consolidated School of Performing Arts, a theater high school for 9th through 12th grade students. The school's website states that the first year of study is dedicated to a sampling of fundamental knowledge, skills, and terminology related to drama, dance, and technical theater. In the following years, students continue to build on those basic skills while pursuing advanced opportunities in areas such as acting, costume design and construction, dance and choreography, lighting design, scenic design and construction, scene painting, and sound design. Students and staff produce main stage productions of full-length plays, dance concerts, and musicals. Although the school is accredited, some Google reviews have been less than flattering. With their parents' support fully behind them, Miranda and Melanie had big dreams of becoming professional dancers one day. After Miranda graduated high school in 2016, she followed her dreams of moving to LA to become a performer and meet other dancers. She moved alone and soon landed a gig as an instructor at the International Dance Academy in Hollywood. Only 1 year later, Melanie decided to finish her senior year online so she could move to LA too. In 2017, Miranda and Melanie got a place together, exploring the city and starting a social media account together called the Wilkins Sisters. This joint TikTok account quickly took off on social media after they started sharing videos of them dancing together in and around LA. When not teaching courses in hip-hop, funk, and jazz dance across different studios, the sisters attended popular events like VidCon, the TikTok Gala, and entered dance competitions to build their brand and earn extra money.
Happy holidays, everyone!
Happy holidays!
We are so festive. Today is going to be a super fun day because we are home in Michigan. We are going to look at Christmas lights.
And we're gonna get some dinner and have a little car picnic. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun adventure.
It is.
Come along with us.
Let's go. What is happening?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
LOL. Are we putting this on the car?
Yes.
Yay! We also have blankets to cover up with.
I know, we're so cozy.
And the Christmas lights begin. We are at the next house with lights. This one cracks us
so
up
obnoxious.
every time. Okay, here it is.
Oh my gosh. Yay, we had so much fun.
That was awesome. We're back home and we just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
We love you guys so much and we will see you on Sunday.
Mwah.
But in early 2021, Miranda, the oldest of the two, met a few creators who were part of what's been called a creator house. A creator house, sometimes called a collab or content house, is a residential property which is most commonly used by internet celebrities, social media influencers, or content creators in order to provide a focus on creating content for social media platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Creator houses like the Hype House are largely popular among influencers, as it allows them to live together in mansions and create content for social media under one management agency. Individually, it allows them to grow their followers, but it also allows these young creators to gain influence by collaborating and cross-promoting on each other's social accounts. And this isn't a small thing. According to Forbes, the highest paid influencers on TikTok made $55.5 million in 2021, which was a 200% increase from what they made in 2020, with most of the money coming from brand sponsorships. Because of their fame on the app, some of the top TikTok creators have been able to branch out with their own TV shows, brand deals, music, and acting careers. Miranda became fast friends with the creators she met, and being the talented dancer she is, she was invited to join the creator house known as 7M. At the time, the 7M house was filled with well-known social media influencers like Concrete, B-Dash, Kylie Douglas, Aubrey Fisher, Kaylee Gray, Vic White, and many more. Dances are filmed by these creators every day, and each dancer allegedly makes a percentage of what is paid by sponsors to the management company, 7M Films. That management company is owned and operated by Robert Shinn and his family. The dancers have had several large sponsors, including Sony, TurboTax, Intuit, and more. 7M house members were often seen filming in major areas of LA, and by working under a management company instead of for herself, Miranda was supposed to have an opportunity to work on bigger and better projects, thus expanding her online presence. The 7M group has filmed videos on Broadway, in beach houses across the United States, and even at the Staples Center in LA. From the outside, it seemed like a group that could help Miranda grow the personal brand she always dreamed of, alongside some of her closest friends. But her sister and family would have a very different story to tell. There are two sides to every story. The following will be what the Wilkins family has stated publicly about Miranda and 7M Films. But we will also look at what Robert Shinn and Miranda had to say about her family and the accusations against 7M. Not long after joining the 7M house, Miranda's family claimed to notice a change in her life. She stopped posting and dancing with her sister Melanie and spent most of her time with the other dancers in the 7M house. Miranda spent her days filming with the dancers, and her family claims she made little time to speak with them, if at all. Miranda's parents claim to have first noticed changes early in 2021, when she had only been with the 7M team for a few weeks. The Wilkins family had faced the sudden loss of Melanie and Miranda's grandfather, and at this time when the family needed to be together, both sisters planned to fly back to Michigan together to spend time with their loved ones and attend their grandfather's funeral. It was a difficult time for everyone, and their parents were looking forward to their daughters coming home. But only 30 minutes before their scheduled flight, Miranda called her parents to tell them she wouldn't be coming home. They claim Miranda told them she had COVID and couldn't travel. But Melanie said she was suspicious of this since they had both come down with the illness a month prior, and she found it unlikely Miranda was sick with it again. After speaking with her sister, Melanie claimed Miranda admitted she wasn't sick, but that she couldn't come and her family wouldn't understand the real reason. She said Miranda then gave no further explanation. By this point, her parents had already been out of contact with Miranda for weeks, and this sudden change of plans didn't sit right with them. They weren't exactly sure what this new business she was working for was really like, but they believed it was asking for more of Miranda's time than they thought reasonable. It's also been alleged in court filings by former 7M dancers and reported by Rolling Stone that Robert Shinn controlled his church members' lives and asked them to give large amounts of money to him. Worried about Miranda and what she might have got herself into, or allegedly been recruited to, her parents decided to step in and see what they could do by flying out to California to meet Miranda in person. They wanted to see for themselves what was going on, and once they arrived, her parents claimed Miranda appeared withdrawn and defensive, a stark contrast from the daughter they once knew. Her parents once described her as bubbly and welcoming, but now said she was guarded and shared very few details about her new life. They also claimed she stormed off from them, and shortly after that meeting, Miranda cut off all her friends and family, even blocking her grandmother from her social media accounts. Miranda then deleted every picture and video on her Instagram, including the ones of her dancing with her sister. And on April 11th of 2021, she uploaded a video of her changed physical appearance, in which she had cut her long brown hair into a short blonde bob. Her dance style also changed from her favorite style of hip-hop to include more mature styles with music from Frank Sinatra, the Bee Gees, and more. She began performing with the 7M crew not only for their social media accounts, but at special events around LA. Then, to her parents' and sister's shock, she changed her name on social media from Miranda Wilking to Miranda Derrick. Known as B-, James Derrick was a 33-year-old dancer at the time who is also under 7M management. He and Miranda worked together for the 8 months she had been with the team before deciding to tie the knot. Their followers watched the engagement take place through social media, where B- interrupts a video to propose to Miranda. Just 1 month later, they were married, and no one from Miranda's family was invited. Her parents were noticeably upset about the marriage. Miranda didn't involve them, and even went on to block her parents' phone numbers and social media accounts before moving to a location they weren't aware of. This is when her parents and sister began to think something more serious was going on behind the scenes. They thought Miranda may have been forced to cut contact since it was so different from her normal behavior. They claimed to have once had a loving relationship, but Miranda now acted as if her parents and sister didn't exist. Could this be a classic case of estrangement in which Miranda's family aren't respecting her boundaries? Or could it be something sinister? On February 22nd of 2022, Miranda's family reached out to social media for help. At this point, they were worried Miranda was under somebody else's control, unable to make her own decisions, and forced to cut off her family. Melanie used her social media platform to share a video of the three of them asking for others to tell Miranda to come back home and share the fact that she was not in charge of her own life anymore. They said they believed Miranda was involved in a cult or being held captive against her will by 7M management.
So whatever she's involved in, she's got some kind of control over her that is making her afraid of something. And as anyone that knows our family knows how close we've always been. And prior to her getting involved in this like religious group that she's involved in, we never ever had a disagreement or an argument, her and I.
So here's the thing too. Melanie also was going to these church things and everything, and she realized
Well, we never really addressed that, so I guess we're addressing it.
Yeah.
Miranda is a part of a religious group, and she's not allowed to speak to us. They tried to get me involved. I did go. I did like it at first, and then I realized there were numerous red flags that I could not ignore and knew that it was not something I wanted to be involved in. And then as soon as I was telling Miranda, these concerns that I had, she would just, oh, you don't understand, blah, blah, blah. And if you guys know, we never fought. Miranda and I were very strange. We were attached at the hip. We didn't fight about anything. And then towards the end, as soon as I decided to leave this organization and Miranda decided to stay,
And the thing
we
is-
were fighting constantly about this because I was like, Miranda, they're taking you. They're gonna try to separate us. They're gonna blah, blah, blah. Every single thing I said was gonna happen and my parents said was gonna happen, happened.
And the thing is that B-Dash was involved, and he also, we believe, is a victim of this.
Yes,
They have
exactly.
both been lured in, and now they think that's the only way is that the way they live.
And
that's the thing.
That's the thing that we've realized is Miranda, James, all these people that they're with, they're not in control of their lives. Someone else is controlling their lives, and they're all victims of this. And it would be so easy to just like forget about, oh, screw her, like she doesn't care about us anymore. But we know that's not her.
She would never, ever block Grammy.
No.
Grammy and Papa were everything. And after Papa died, to think that she wasn't attending his funeral.
And he was like a second father to us. It's
Yeah.
not like we weren't close.
You guys
We were
talked
so
to
close.
Grammy and Papa every single day, if not more than once a day. So to not go to his funeral, and he was like the #1 supporter.
Oh my gosh, on his last day, he was showing the nurse our TikTok videos. And he FaceTimed us and was like,
And he was showing that you guys were on the billboard in New York City.
Uh-huh.
He was so proud. And then Miranda's now blocked Grammy from everything.
And we're blocked from all our socials.
We're blocked from
and
everything.
it's so hard because this has literally been going on for over a year,
Right.
but we haven't said anything because
We're
we always had hope that she was going to come back. That's why, especially in
And we
the
didn't
first
wanna
few
embarrass
months, and we
her.
didn't want to embarrass her because
And this is her second birthday now. We've not been able to spend with her.
We know
this
she's
is
a
so mind-blowing. I always tell people when I'll get together with people that we knew from before, like we'll do videos together or whatever, and they're like, what happened? Like, where is she? And I'm like, I literally cannot make this up. And I say it, and they're literally just like, I don't know what to say right now. And I'm like, I know, I don't either. And that's why it's been so hard to, like, even now, I don't even know what we're saying. Like,
Right.
we probably aren't even making sense because
She got married and we don't even know when she got engaged.
Where.
I don't know where. I don't know who officiated the wedding. I don't know who was in attendance. So when people say, oh, Kelly, congratulations on Miranda's wedding, I don't even know anything about it.
And then and that's why it's like social media can be such a crazy place, because then I'll get messages where it's like, oh, you don't support your sister's marriage, and I'm like, I didn't know about it. And we're blocked, so we don't see anything. And so it's just, no, this is so real. We just want Miranda back and don't know what to do. I think that's why we're doing this, is we don't know what else to do. I think that's exactly what they want, is they want us to just go away.
Because go away so they can just continue doing what
they don't know who they're messed. They don't know who we've been beforehand. They don't know how close we've been.
And
I do know a person that came to our house. This person came to our house and sat in our house for over 7 weeks during the pandemic. And this is her husband now. And said, you have a very different, weird family. You're way too close. And other people around us know the fact is we know that. People say that we are too close. We're weird that way, but we have a bond. We have a bond that we wish upon other people, that we can talk to each other no matter what. And somehow, some way, something changed our daughter. In no way in the world that a religious organization that we can't control has controlled her now.
Once this video from the Wilkins was shared online, family members and friends of other dancers under 7M management came forward to say they too believed something was going on because their loved ones had also cut off contact or seemingly gotten married overnight. Some even made claims that their friends within 7M had suddenly turned very religious since joining the team. This spread like wildfire on social media, and all eyes turned towards 7M to see what was really going on. Many people made claims that 7M was a cover for a Christian cult and was allegedly arranging marriages among their dancers and even forcing them to cut contact with anyone on the outside. At the center of this controversy lies Robert Shinn, a man with a lengthy business past and interesting history. In 2021, 7M Films was officially registered as a business in California, owned and operated by Robert Israel Shinn. Robert is a former medical doctor turned businessman and pastor of Shekinah Church. Many churches have an entertainment arm, like choirs who film and record worship music, and/or have a wide selection of books and merch. Regardless if one agrees or disagrees with that, it's not abnormal for Robert to run multiple businesses, no matter how different they may seem. What is strange, however, are the allegations that Robert's teachings at Shekinah Church are rooted in something known as the Seven Mountain Mandate, which is also allegedly being pushed to his employees in the 7M TikTok group. As stated before, the Seven Mountain Mandate is a conservative Christian movement that categorizes the 7 spheres of influence present in our lives today. These 7 spheres, or mountains, are family, religion, education, media, entertainment, business, and government. The notion behind the mandate is that by making a change in each of the 7 spheres, you can bring change to the world as a whole. Former members of Shekinah Church allege this was taught and honored at Robert's church. Some sources allege the church and Robert have a lot of cash. In a 2010 deposition by Robert, Shekinah Church had 70 members between the years of 2000 and 2008. 70 members who donated a total of $4.7 million to the church in those 8 years alone. It was also alleged that these members not only donated to the church, but to Robert himself, as he allegedly taught others that he was the voice of God. On top of this, available documents also show that Robert was given nearly $300,000 in checks personally made out to him by the church congregation in October of 2007 alone. Is Robert just such a kind-hearted pastor who moves his congregants to donate large sums of money to him? Or could there be something else going on behind the scenes? Some have speculated it's through operations hidden below the surface and the alleged mind control of people below him. In March of 2023, Rolling Stone reported on an ex-member of Shekinah Church who is suing Robert Shinn and 7M. Rolling Stone reported, quote, according to the cross complaint, Shinn exercised control over his church members' lives and asked them to give large amounts of money to him. He deployed deputies, called mentors and sub-mentors, to exert control over their fellow church members. These deputies did his bidding, including collecting tithes from other members, moving money from members' bank accounts, instructing members where to live, and instructing members on how to spend nearly every waking moment of their time, according to the filing. The cross-complaint alleges Shinn even interfered with members' healthcare, claiming he sent members to a COVID vaccine clinic where a Shekinah member working there pretended to shoot cross-complainants with the vaccine, but just squirted it onto their arms. End quote. The $2.5 million creator mansion owned by 7M Films boasts luxurious master suites, film backdrops, grand fireplaces, and an outdoor pool and spa areas. The 7M creators live in the house together and use it as a backdrop for many of their high-end social media videos. Although Robert himself doesn't maintain a very active online presence, he is sometimes photographed around Los Angeles living what appears to be a life of luxury. He's been seen getting in and out of Bentleys, and it's alleged that he also lives in the creator mansion owned by 7M Films. He is thought to own or operate 17 other entities and companies, as well as Shekinah Church. In a statement provided to the Daily Beast on behalf of 7M Films, Miranda and her husband James Derrick, and the pastor of Shekinah Church, a representative said while the Derricks were members of the church, the business dealings of 7M Films were separate from the church. They denied being a cult and equated the Wilkins claims against Miranda and the church as a family dispute, saying, quote, Miranda Derrick is a successful businesswoman and a loving wife and daughter who cares very much about her family. While the recent portrayals of Dr. Robert Shinn and 7M Films has been wildly offensive and riddled with inaccuracies, those false claims will not deter 7M from supporting Miranda in whichever endeavors she chooses to pursue next. End quote.
It's time for Mario's Minute. Miranda and James Derrick are a popular TikTok dancing couple who have been going viral for their dance moves. Welcome! How are you? So nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Oh, that was great. I love seeing couples dance together right now. How'd y'all meet?
Thank you so much.
Well, we met like on social media. We were just dancing and doing things like that, and
I slid into some DMs or what?
Yes, actually I did.
Good for you. Slid right into home plate. There you go.
It worked.
It worked, and now we're here. So.
Wow.
Yes.
And is it true that you proposed during a dance video?
Yes, that is very true.
It's all because I want to do something where she will not expect it. So I was like, maybe a dance video. So we did the dance video, and I was like, yo, you gotta act like you're acting at the end. So I had to play it off, stuff like that. And
I was so surprised.
Were you surprised?
Yes, yeah. I thought it was just any other dance video. We prepared it, choreographed it, and then he told me to just kind of hold at the end and then do some kind of pose. So I was like, okay. So I was posing, and I turned around, and he was on his knee.
Yep. Very
I was
romantic.
so thrown off. It was so awesome.
That's a player move right there. Nice.
Hey.
So who comes up with the choreography?
I would say that it's pretty equal.
yeah, I come up with a lot of the ideas and concepts, but as a group or a dance, we just kind of play off of each other.
Got it.
It's kind of
Yeah, we come up with some ideas and then just pick each other's brains and come up with our content.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
It must feel great to know that you're inspiring other couples out there to do these dance videos. Because I always say the couple that dances together stays together.
Hey, that is very true. Oh, no, it's so awesome. I can't believe it.
Yeah, dancing is like a medicine. It's hey, if you're having a bad day, just start dancing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know.
And then you even have celeb fans like Britney Spears, I know.
Oh, man.
Reposted. How was that?
Oh, my goodness. My childhood favorite celebrity just reposted one of our videos. No, that was incredible.
That's awesome. Well,
That was so cool.
All right, so before y'all go, you mind showing me a couple moves?
Oh, my gosh. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, let's see. You take it away.
Okay, so we go. 5, 6, we're gonna start with the right shoulder, right, left, and then double it up on the right.
Okay.
And then we go left, right, and then double it up on the left. Nice. Now we're gonna take it back. We're gonna go 1 and 2, Charleston, 3 and 4. We're gonna do a little ball change. Left, right, together, left, right, together. Yes, and our hand just does a little whoop and a whoop.
Okay, so bump, boom, 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 boom.
Back it up, boom,
boom,
ha,
boom,
ha,
boom,
ha, ball change.
Pull the chain.
Ball change,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, let's try with the music. Let's try the music. Hit the music. Here we go. 5, 6,
7. Here we go. Hey, hey, go, hey, oh, back it up. Here we go. Ball change.
Nice. All right. Big thanks to Miranda and James. Check out more of their dances on Instagram. We'll be right back.
Miranda's family strongly believes that Miranda would never cut off contact with them by herself and that outside factors are in play and clouding her judgment. Some have speculated her marriage to B-Dash was allegedly arranged by Robert himself, as that's an accusation ex-members have come forward with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very private person. Obviously, this is the first time going live on my account, so one of the questions is, are you okay? I am great. I'm actually way more than okay. Thank you for asking. Never felt safer. But yeah, I mean, there have just been a lot of lies being told, just a lot of twisting of the truth. Yeah, I mean, I just want to say that I have spoken to my family this past year. I actually just talked to my sister a week ago. So there's that. Oh my gosh, I should look presentable.
By looking back at this story from a few years ago, we can see that the Wilkins are not the only people to make accusations about Robert. In 2009, a woman named Lydia Chung attempted and failed to sue Robert and Shekinah Church for $4 million, claiming they partook in activities like mind control, overexerted influence, coercive persuasion, oppression, and other intimidating tactics while she was a part of their group. Lydia was also a member of one of Robert's older church groups and alleged she felt she was being held captive by a cult against her will. Lydia alleged Robert took over parts of her personal life, such as her email passwords and bank accounts, to pay for his family's entertainment, living expenses, medical bills, tuition, and more. She also accused Robert of controlling her mind and forcing her to make decisions that were not in her best interest. The judge ruled against her, deciding Lydia acted of her own free will as an adult, although the judge did add that Robert's behavior was outside the norm and bordered on coercion. Coercive control can be used on anyone, children, adults, and/or the elderly, not just members of a cult. Coercive control is an act or a pattern of acts of assault, threats, humiliation, and intimidation or other abuse that is used to harm, punish, or frighten their victim. Countries such as Denmark, Spain, France, Hungary, and Ireland have implemented specific criminal offenses for psychological violence or coercive control. But at the time of this recording, the United States unfortunately has no federal laws that cover coercive control. The management team running the house may be part of the rising suspicions behind Robert's intentions, as the 7M house is managed by Robert while his son Isaiah films and produces most of the online videos. Hannah is the registered CFO, and Robert's ex-wife Shirley is allegedly the house's attorney. And finally, Daniel Joseph is a director of the 7M videos, as well as the registered secretary of Shekinah Church. Daniel is also married to Robert's daughter Chloe, who picks out music for the 7M videos. All of these employees/family members allegedly work at or appear to be extremely interconnected with Robert's businesses and Shekinah Church. Although multiple families have spoken out about what allegedly goes on behind closed doors with Robert, 7M Films maintains that their company is completely separate from Shekinah Church and that the members within their entertainment group are not associated with the religious holdings. They also claim that their dancers are not forced to be members of the church and can leave the group on their own accord, and that dancers are not forced into any religion. Robert is currently being sued by ex-dancers and talent from the 7M Films management agency and Shekinah Church. According to reports, 3 dancers, Aubrey Fisher-Green, Kylie Douglas, and Kevin Concrete Davis, have joined 4 other complainants in accusing Robert of owning a cult and recruiting members through his entertainment empire. They claim he takes advantage of his followers not only through 7M Films, but through Shekinah Church and the multiple other companies under his control. These 3 ex-dancers are suing on very similar accounts to what Miranda's family believes she is going through. Aubrey Fisher-Green, a Crump street dancer with over 2 million TikTok followers, was brought into the church group by a friend in 2020 before starting to work for 7M a few months later. The lawsuit filing alleges 7M quickly took control of his business, noting that Robert had church members set up a corporation under his name and assigned someone to do his taxes. Aubrey also alleges Robert collected money on his behalf and even sometimes took up to a 20% cut before giving Aubrey his rightful earnings. Robert has also allegedly applied for COVID relief funds under his dancer's name, collecting filings that went towards himself. According to Rolling Stone, the filing claims 7M took money from Aubrey through several other avenues. He was stiffed $6,000 for a song promotion project in April 2022, according to the filing, and he was charged high fees for videography by other Shekinah members. It also alleges he donated more than 10% of his income to Shekinah at Robert's encouragement. Aubrey tells Rolling Stone, Shekinah members were taught, the more you give, the more you receive. The cross-complaint states, quote, towards the end of his time with Shekinah, Aubrey started to feel a sense of emptiness and like Robert and others in Shekinah were keeping secrets. He left the church and stopped working with 7M in August of 2022. Aubrey and Kevin both claim they were not banned from speaking to loved ones outside the church, but that it was heavily discouraged. They state they were mocked for visiting family members and were always urged to clear their entire schedules for the church. Former 7M dancer Kylie Douglas alleges in the filing that when she visited family for holidays or other occasions, her mentor in the church told her in front of other members that she was, quote, sucking on her mama's titties, end quote. The filing claims Kylie's mentor also constantly urged her to clear her schedule for Shekinah and yelled at her when she insisted on having her taxes done for free by a family friend, rather than paying a church member $200 to do them. The filing also states that Robert yelled at Kylie and Aubrey during a church service because they had declined an offer to move into a rental house Robert owned, stating, quote, he used Aubrey and Kylie as an example of members who were not properly submitted to Shekinah and God, end quote. In the filing, Kevin Concrete Davis claims 7M took 20% of his brand deals after telling him they would only take 15%, and that they failed to compensate him for choreographing a film for Shekinah Church. He also claims he gave 30% of his income to the church in donations and that he did construction work for the church on one of its properties, work that he was never paid for. A few months after joining, Kevin grew uncomfortable with the church's policies and he left Shekinah and 7M in July of 2022. The 3 complainants believe the 7M group relies on the religious institution run by Robert Shinn to keep members locked into the group without the ability to leave. Robert's attorney had not responded to several requests by Rolling Stone for comments, but they have denied asserting influence over their dancers or taking advantage of them in any way they had been accused of. It's clear that Miranda's family is not alone in their accusations. Miranda has responded to the claims made by her family on her social media in an attempt to clear the air for her followers. Miranda claims that although there was a change in her life when she first joined the group, her version of events is nearly completely opposite to her sister's interpretation of it. Lawyers from 7M have also sent forward statements on behalf of the dancers. According to them, Miranda says the COVID-19 pandemic provided her a chance to reflect on her life and reevaluate where she was at the time, as well as her future wishes. She claims that since she has had a chance to walk with her God in a serious way, she has felt a spiritual shift within her that she is grateful for. Miranda's statement spoke about starting to study the Bible and learn more about it. and also stated she knows her friends and family have seen her change, but that the life she is living now is better than it was before, and that this change was ultimately for the better. On her social media accounts, Miranda has posted messages to her audience claiming that she has never been asked to separate herself from her family, and that instead, she chose to change her own life on her own. According to these posts, Miranda was going through a personal situation with her family. She asked her followers to appreciate that she made the decision to cut contact with both her parents and her sister. Miranda also claimed she wasn't happy when she was part of the Wilkins Sisters brand, and that she told her sister she would continue on their joint venture if she was given more say in the schedule and production. According to Miranda, she wanted more control and an equal partnership, rather than being controlled by her sister. She has also claimed she wanted more time to spend with her now husband and more time to study the Bible.
Wisdom will save you from evil people, from those whose words are twisted. These men turn from the right way to walk down dark paths. They take pleasure in doing wrong, and they enjoy the twisted ways of evil.
In all, Miranda's explanation for her life change is that she's now living the life of her dreams. It simply took her a while to make the changes needed to get there. Her family continues to believe this is impossible to be true, and that there are sinister forces at hand. Miranda's story is still playing out, and at the moment, there is no proof of wrongdoing or mind control. But some believe Miranda is not acting like herself. Robert is still being criticized by previous employees for what they claim he did to their life, and at the time of this recording, the lawsuit is ongoing. If the word of the complainants is true, Miranda could be a current victim of a cult-like scheme meant to turn her into a money-making asset, while isolating her from friends and family. This is what cult experts sometimes refer to as commercial cults. In a commercial cult, greed is the name of the game, and victims are deceived and manipulated by people to work for little or no pay in the hope of getting rich or achieving whatever their dreams may be. A multi-level marketing company, aka MLM or a pyramid scheme, is the perfect example of a commercial cult, where members are coerced through the company's CEO and flying monkeys, also known as their right-hand men. These bright-eyed and willing recruits become indoctrinated through the company's books, back office material, and constant schedule of meetings, team gatherings, and one-on-one time with their mentor or sponsor to believe that the company they've joined could be the vehicle to get them where they want to go, whether that's their dream of getting out of debt, becoming a homeowner, or living a glamorous influencer-like life, etc. But to drive that vehicle where they need to go and not get lost down a path full of stops and distractions, recruits need to cut out family, friends, and anyone who may question their newfound dreams and goals, as that could hurt the entire organization. These victims believe all their sacrifices and hard work will be worth it and turn around and recruit other victims, thus becoming perpetrators. And the cycle is repeated over and over again down the pyramid. At the end, only a few at the very top walk away unscathed. Could Robert Shinn just be a hardworking businessman and pastor who is highly successful in his religious and entertainment organizations? Someone who is perhaps fortunate to have such great relationships with his family to the point they're happy and willing to work for him? Is Miranda's family majorly overstepping her boundaries by putting their family estrangement online and not letting her be? Is her sister perhaps jealous of her newfound career and success? Could the dancers be thankful they found a one-stop shop for success, faith, and friendship? Or, from another perspective, could Robert be at the top of his own commercial cult with his family members as his right-hand men and his money-making assets, the dancers, beneath them? Could he be providing them with everything they need, faith, food, clothing, shelter, consistent work that comes with its own tax help and accounting, as long as they do what he wants? Could the group's recruitment and indoctrination tactics be found in Shekinah Church, in which the dancers' faith is manipulated to further the goals of Robert and 7M? Could prospects be invited to Shekinah Church by 7M's dancers in hopes of recruiting them? These are all questions I hope eventually get answered. If, keep in mind I am stating if, what the Wilkins family is saying is accurate, Their desperate attempts to reunite with their daughter strongly remind me of Catherine Oxenberg's fight to rescue her daughter India from the dangerous cult of Nexium, in which she was recruited by actress Allison Mack, who was directly under cult leader Keith Raniere. If you want a deep dive into that wild story, be sure to check out my documentary titled The Rise and Fall of Allison Mack. As for now, Melanie claims she continues to reach out to Miranda as she and her family believe her beloved sister is being held captive. Both sisters are still influential public figures, but now on very different roads, and without the original heartwarming touch the Wilkins sisters' account relied on. Robert Shinn and 7M Films have denied all the allegations against them and any wrongdoing to the media. This story has many moving parts and isn't over yet. I'm interested to know what you think below in the comments. If you like learning about cults, scams, and cautionary tales, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you never miss an upload. My name is Josie, and thank you so much for watching.